Good morning.
Good morning.
Got Carrie Tober here with my buddies Adam Rice and Storm Miller. We got some special stuff to share today. First of all, Storm, you got something over there you want to show us?
I do. So this week in the Miller household was Arts and Crafts Day. And since we're looking for a name for the show, I decided to come up with something that will do for the short term. But obviously, for anybody who's listening in, I mean, we're happy to take some recommendations on a name, because right now, I mean, this is pretty boring. So it looks nice, but it's boring.
Short-term pitch for our name in that farmhouse style you got right there is coffee with Carrie, Adam, and Storm. Do you guys have coffee? I have coffee.
I do.
Storm, can you grab that sign again real quick before you put that away? That M after your name looks a little messed up. Is that messed up?
Yeah, I had to get a little bit creative. I was running out of letters there towards the end, so that is an upside down W. But it's getting the job done for now.
It is. I like that. Hey, it's a Band-Aid. It's fine. All right. So theme of today's show is data drives destiny. So what does that mean? That means that we're here at ISI, what we do is we measure all sorts of different things. Our financial indicators, our key KPIs, or key performance indicators, things that we look at so we can see what direction the business is trending, whether it's going up, whether it's going down, how it looks on a monthly basis, projecting to an annual basis. And I asked Adam to tee up a couple things to show us on the back end of how that process works. So Adam, if I can turn it over to you and let you run with this.
Yeah, I'll try and be super quick, but long story short, as we've evolved as a brand, we really understood that, hey, like, we can't manage what we don't know. And, that's super important to, I think, as a franchise owner, as a facility manager, whatever it is, that you are understanding first off how to manage, what to manage, why to manage, and what are the levers inside the business that really matter. And, I've worked and consulted with a lot of business owners over the years. And, what I find is that a lot of people are very reactive to the results of the outcomes. And so we're really focused on the inputs, which then are, show the output. So we first off understand what the output is that we're after. And then we understand the input and the daily action. So first off, we have this thing within the organization that's called win the day. It's a mentality and a mantra that we, from our membership base all the way to our franchise owners and everybody in between, is that we have daily metrics that we're trying to hit on a daily basis that we know if we put those inputs in every single day and we stack, it's kind of like a brick by brick mentality. So one of my mentors has a saying of simple success hitting singles. And if you hit a single, hit a single, hit a single, hit a single, at the end of a week or end of a year, it's way better than hitting one grand slam and striking out a bunch of times. So that's the whole identity behind it is, throughout the years, we fully understand what drives the business. It's why we're getting, such great results. And now it's just a matter of the actions that we're taking on a local level every single day to acquire those outputs. So we do have tools and we do measure all of those on a daily basis. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you here. Let's see here. I'll turn off these notifications so we don't get pinged. All right. So first off, we have something that we call Win the Day Leaderboard. And what we're looking at here is looking at the metrics from across the board. So we're able to say, hey, who's, each location who's performing today, this week, last week, this month, and then last month. And then we've got a red light, green light. So, hey, are they hitting? Are they on target? So for last week, there was the target is 30 booked appointments. They hit 28 out of 30. It was 18 first visits. They hit 18, and then new members target for last week was 12. They hit 16. Same thing if you go.
Be clear, this is like a sales funnel of new members coming in. You book the visit, you have them actually physically show up, and then you sell them on the membership, convert them, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I mean the big, and that's what I'm talking about. Like the sold, that's the outcome. That's the output. So this is what most people measure as their success. And what most people don't focus on is like the lead indicator of success. You can't get a new member unless they're in the funnel, right? And so new members enter in at different levels of the funnel. Whether if it's a referral, they're going to enter lower in the funnel. If it's a cold lead, they're going to enter higher. It's the nurturing process that happens, and through the automation that we're doing on our side, and also the human to human contact. But our focus is on this first column is, hey, if we book 5 appointments every single day, then we know first visit, as long as we're following the sales process that we've implemented as a brand that works, then we know these 2 outcomes will take care of themselves. And what this does is, it's really interesting. I'm kind of geek out on this stuff. Is it shows us deficiencies of performance, right? So we're very proactive. If I'm just looking realistically at these numbers for our Fort Mill location, they're well overbooked, right? So the daily action that's taking place from a lead generation standpoint, from a grassroots standpoint, our facility manager there is doing a fantastic job of getting sessions booked. Then we look at our show rate. So 91 out of those 141 have showed up for their appointment that they booked. We're at well over a 50. We're probably, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but it's probably like a 70% solid, very solid. And then this shows our conversion rate, right? So we always want to be right around 60% at least. And so if we just take 52 divided by 91, we're at a 57% conversion rate. So deficiency here, what this tells us is, it's not like, oh yeah, you suck, you're not performing. It's, hey, are the people who, first off, what employees are running the sales process, and what are each of theirs conversion rate? And then when we look at that, we also got to go back and look at, is your team trained, right? Is your team trained? What type of role playing are you guys doing every single day? And that's a deficiency. So it shows us right away, hey, your closing percentage was under the standard this week. Audit it. And that's what we're encouraging our owners to do, our facility managers to do across the brand, is stay ahead of this and understand and train and coach your team. And all of them are just very clear pictures. And to me, like, that's been the hardest thing in business, starting this brand from the ground up, was understanding, like, what are the true KPIs, right? We all know sales and blah, 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 right? But what are the true indicators that drive our success to get to the net 200 members, over a course of a year? And like I tell everyone that's in the franchise process with us, like, if you're giving great member experience, the lifetime value of every member drives up, which means your ability to impact and change their life and get them engaged in a community is tenfold. And so it all starts with really going back to our core values, right? Of controlling the controllable, accountability to our members, being responsive, having energy. And so it starts with the member experience, because you can do all these things and you can load your lead funnel up, but if your member experience sucks, like, you're dead in the water. So it starts with our team. It starts with the belief. It starts with the culture, taking care of our members, caring about our members, and going above and beyond and getting to know them, each and every one, and each person as their own. And so we have something we talk about all the time is, treat each member as if they're your only member, and that's the level that you should care for each member. And so if you don't have that, you really don't have anything. It starts with the level and how much you care. And that's the acronym of our core values.
Yep. And we will get into our core values in depth next week. Starting on Monday, we'll do an overview, and then every day we'll work on another core value. Adam, in that data you showed, it's interesting. In my experience owning a boutique facility here in New York, I had the same thing. It was very easy to get people to say, yes, I will put it on my calendar. And it was very easy, about 55, 60%, to be able to get people, once they're in the facility, to say, yes, I want to become a member. I had a very, very difficult time getting them to physically show up for their booked appointment. I don't know, short of sending out some sort of like electric shock, a better way to get them to say, oh yeah, I have this on my calendar, I need to physically show up. And I don't want to take too much time, but we've had plenty of conversations about what our competition looks like. And one of the things I love hearing from you is how the competition isn't the other brands. It's those 70% of people who don't have gym memberships, who are afraid to get off their couch. So 70% of people who don't have gym memberships, we're sending electric shockers to your house, and we're going to start zapping you if you don't come for your appointments. We're good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it's the show and all of this, like built to, if you're a candidate looking at this, we have all these systems built in to increase show rate, right? So the CRM, and I'll show you very, very quickly on here. But like we have our, on this back end. So this is all the automation that you could ever want, that confirms appointments, sends out voicemail drops, does all these things to increase our show rate. And so, as you walk through this process with us, you'll understand that our mission and our vision with technology is to continue to enhance it, to continue to innovate, but to never replace the human-to-human interaction, just to make it better, right? So we're trying to utilize technology. So we're not just going to depend on automation to get people through the door. We're going to use it as a tool, but we're still going to call you. We're still going to make that connection. We're going to still build that rapport so that you trust us when you come through the door. Because Carrie, you're 100% right. Hardest thing for people to do is walk through the door. It's scary, man. Like, it's me thinking about walking into even an ISI that I've never been in Miami. It's a little bit frightening, and I own the company, like, and so I can't even imagine what that looks like, for the 45-year-old female that's 35 pounds overweight and hasn't worked out in 5 years, thinking, am I going to puke? Are people going to judge me? And so that's the biggest thing is getting those out of the way. Once they walk through the door, they'll see, the love and how much we care for people, and we're able to shine. But you're 100% right. The struggle is getting people through the door and getting them over that fear.
And to answer that 45-year-old female's questions, the answer is probably not, and then absolutely not. So, all right. I don't think we got anything else. We're going to wrap up Thursday's edition of Coffee with Carrie, Adam, and Storm. Storm, you got the weather for Philadelphia today, buddy?
I do. Today is nothing like yesterday. Right now, we're looking at a high of 91. With the heat index, we've got temperatures pushing up to 98 degrees. So it's going to be a steamy one here in Philadelphia today. But looking forward into the weekend, I know it's only Thursday, but I've started looking forward. So over the next 3 days, we've got temperatures falling off. And as of right now, the high on Saturday is only 80 degrees. The high on Sunday is 78.
Wow.
So heading for some fall temperatures up here.
Love it.
All right. Eat a cheesesteak. Adam, roll the credits, kid.
Go.